Joining me via our phone line now is Dignity SA founder, Professor Sean Davison. Good afternoon to you, Prof. Firstly, your reaction to that court ruling this morning.
I'm very, very disappointed. This court case was about a terminally ill man suffering unbearably at the end of his life. How could anyone deny him the right to choose his time of dying and with dignity? It is beyond me. It is a very, very sad day today.
Given how strongly you feel about this case, as Dignity SA, you supported it from the get-go. What's the next move for you?
Well, I have to study the judgment. I've only heard the summary and consult with lawyers. But this journey is far from over in terms of seeking a law change. When you are seeking a law change, you have to be prepared for the long haul and not be put off by the small defeats along the way. And above all, we have to retain our idealism. We're going to keep campaigning and probably take this to the Constitutional Court.
At this point, you know, there's this the reaction that we got also from the Justice Department was that there simply isn't a legal framework currently under which life and death can be governed. When you talk about challenging the legal framework, what exactly does that mean going forward? Who do you want to engage on this matter?
Look, the government is very good at hiding behind legal jargon and medical jargon. This is about a human rights issue. Most people claim to support human rights. It's about human suffering. We've got to stop hiding behind these technical jargon words and deal with the issue. The government is very scared to become engaged in this issue, to put their head above the parapet. And the question has to be asked, what kind of country allows its people who are terminally ill to suffer so unbearably because the issue is too controversial?
And what about the legitimate concerns that have also been raised, not just by the government and the health department, but also the organizations that applied in this case as friends of the court around the fact that if this was allowed to continue, then there could be an abuse of the system by doctors who are already perhaps administering, anesthesia illegally, and also, or rather, euthanasia illegally, and also the fact that some people could be conned into choosing euthanasia rather than being given treatment.
Should this law change come through, there'd be very clear safeguards in place to prevent the type of abuse you're talking about. And indeed, where the law has changed in certain countries, there's been no indication of this type of abuse.
And
this would be, yeah.
As it stands, you're certainly not going down without a fight. This is not the end for you.
No, well, we feel that the mood of the country does not reflect the current law. The mood of the country wants this law change. We're not going to be put off by a government who's hiding behind bureaucracy and legal jargon.
All right. Thank you so much for your reaction this afternoon. Dignity SA founder, Professor Sean Davison. As you heard, they're going to study the judgment, but all indications point to the fact that they may be heading to the Constitutional Court on this one.